Y'all, I have a channel message, and I have so many channel messages. I'm sorry, I've been going collective, but y'all know how I do. When I'm going through my own shadow work and hermit mode, I'm MIA. I'm not gonna come on here and give from an empty cup. But I do have so many backlog channel messages, and one of the main ones is you're about to soften. You are about to soften in a way that is so intimate, in a way that is so like, and this is, I got the channel message originally when I was watching the movie Sisters Act. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that movie with Whoopi Goldberg. I briefly remember seeing it in my childhood, but watching it again and doing the spiritual work that I do, the line of work that I'm in, it made me see it different. And essentially the core root of what that movie is about a woman that she gets in some trouble with her boyfriend slash mob man, right? He's like the head of the mafia or something like that. And she has to now escape and hide out in this, what is it? It's like a church, right? She initially grew up in the church, but of course she left off. She ended up doing her own thing just to ultimately find herself right back at the church. And that is where she discovered her true calling, her true purpose. And that movie is so riddled with so much prophetic like words, so much prophecy. And as I watched it, right, it was like I started channeling very deeply. But the main scene that really got me channeling this message was the part when she first got offered, when she had, well, wasn't even offered, she was kind of thrusted into this position where she started to, train the choir. And it was that very next scene of her like sitting back and just smiling. And it was the moment that she finally tapped into her purpose. Mind you, she had been doing a certain version of her purpose for a really long time now. A very long time. She's been doing what she thinks her purpose is supposed to look like, but wasn't really yielding any results. It wasn't until she started like teaching the choir and stepping into that teacher role of like, it was like it clicked. You guys are about to stumble into your purpose. And it's going to be something similar to that, right? Because for a very long time now, you may have been doing a version of what you're truly meant to do. But you have to remember, when it comes to stepping into your purpose, there are always versions, there are levels to it, right? And that's why even in my book that I wrote, I talk about this. When you're stepping into your purpose, there are training grounds that you go through. And a lot of the times we overlook it because we're already doing it. Our purpose is already embedded in the things that we do on a day-to-day basis already. Like, for example, for me, I don't know necessarily what avenue I want to take this in, but I know that my spiritual gift and part of my purpose has something to do with my voice. And when I had the lack of clarity on that and was just like, well, what's my purpose? What am I here to do? Blah, 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 blah. Mind you, I was still finding myself gravitating towards the things that had something to do with implementing this. I was doing just a portion of it. I was in customer service. I was in sales. I was in, I was doing certain things. I was singing in the shower. You know what I mean? Like, I was already doing and taking the steps bit by bit. I was doing pretty much a dumbed down version of what I was always meant to do, until I came to the consciousness that, hey, no, my voice is powerful. And mind you, you have to understand, when you're going through this season of trying to navigate what your purpose is and what avenue you want to take, what avenue is going to help you to actually step into it, which is the season that most of us are in, you'll notice it because your purpose and what you're meant to do is often the very thing that's attacked the most. So for some of you guys, if your purpose has something to do with your voice, you'll notice that you have a lot of addictions to possibly smoking or drinking or you have other subtle addictions, or mind you, you have other people that have gone their entire life, or you've attracted a lot of people almost your entire life up until this point, of people that tried to suppress your voice, people that made you feel like, oh, you're too much, you talk too much, you're doing too much, you know what I mean? Like it's things like that that give you subtle clues and subtle hints of what you're actually meant to do. And I always say this, and that's two sides of the coin. That can also be the adversary, the devil energy trying to suppress your voice, because he knows if you really step into this, there are people connected to your name that you will save. But also that's God is on the other side of that too. God allows you to go through this season of this season of confusion and not knowing who you are. What's my gift? What am I meant to do? Blah, 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 blah. He lets you go through that because there are things that you learn along the way that trigger you bit by bit. They train you bit by bit. They aid in the process of actually stepping into what it is that you're meant to do. It doesn't seem like that in the moment. When you're attracting all these people, you know what I mean? Like suppressing your voice, or attracting all these people who ridicule your art or ridicule your creativity. Like it doesn't seem like that. But if you notice, like those are the very same moments that force you to go inward and validate yourself, validate your own words. Yeah, those are the very same moments that force you to go within so that you can start validating yourself and relying on God. Those very same moments that hurt you or bound or made you feel bound or made you feel suppressed are the very same things that you're now about to utilize to step into your purpose and step into your gift. And you guys are about to do this in such an authentic way. Yo, I have been channeling this for a really long time now. This message is very long overdue. I keep pushing it back because it's like let me sit with it for myself, because the messages that I give are for me first, and you guys get the overflow of that. I can't, you know what I mean? Like there are some words that need to be kept and received and then extended. And that's how it is when it comes to people that prophesy, people that speak, people that have foresight. It's always for them first, and then it's for the collective. But I keep channeling this mess. I keep seeing it so vividly. I see this vision of both myself. I'm a part of the collective, but I have this vision of you all just like softening, like having a moment similar to the Sisters Act, where your purpose and your passion is gonna align with the mission. So for some of you guys, like you're about to stumble into, oh my God, this is so beautiful. You're about to stumble into what you were literally meant to do. Like this is your shit. This is your shit. Can't look, and I hate to even curse, but like, can't nobody do this like you. I don't care if it's 10 million people lined up in the line to like be auditioning or like doing the exact same thing. This is your bag. Like this shit right here, this talking about spirituality, talking about self-help, I get excited about this stuff. I'm writing a book about this stuff. Like can't nobody do this shit the way I do it. And mind you, even if they did, it's not even about them. It's the fact that I finally found something that matches with who I am. And that's what's about to happen to you all. You all are about to come into alignment. Like your passion, your creativity, your sense of direction, all of that is going to come into alignment with the right mission. See, it's one thing for you to just be throwing your talents at just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's another thing entirely when you throw something at the wall with direction and force, in the direction that actually matches with what you're meant to do. And you're gonna feel the difference, yo. When you step into this, like it may even be something where somebody's like, hey, I want you to come try this. Like it may just be off of a whim. Like you may be having a night out and somebody's like, hey, come up on stage, I want you to sing. And you fucking rock the mic. Or hey, come up on stage, I want you to rap. Or like you having like a rap battle and they're like, oh shit, like it's something, it's gonna be so subtle, but you're gonna take this shit and you're gonna run with it. And bro, your career, your money, your mission is about to take the fuck off. It's gonna be so authentic to who you are. Watch.